Good day, I'm Jabertha Atkinson, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, September 4, 2025. The Jamaica Labour Party JLP received majority votes in yesterday's general election, securing its position to govern Jamaica for a third consecutive term. The win is an historic victory for the JLP, as it's the first time the party has secured 3 consecutive terms in office, beginning in 2016. Preliminary results indicate that the JLP, led by Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness, has secured 34 seats, while the People's National Party PNP, led by Leader of the Opposition Mark Golding, has won 29. The Electoral Office of Jamaica EOJ says final counting of all ballots will begin today, September 4. This will be done for each constituency in the presence of the candidates and/or their representatives. In his victory speech, Dr. Holness reaffirmed the government's plan to respect, uphold, and strengthen Jamaica's democratic institutions while safeguarding the nation's democratic principles. Going forward, he says, the government must develop keener ears to listen to the people while addressing their needs. Dr. Holness says government remains focused on fostering inclusive prosperity and sustained economic growth for all Jamaicans. In response, Mr. Golding conceded the outcome of the election and extended congratulations to the JLP on their electoral victory. Meanwhile, results for the local government by-elections show the JLP receiving majority votes in all 3 electoral divisions. The EOJ says the overall preliminary voter turnout for the by-elections was approximately 36.1%, while just about 39.5% of voters turned out for the general election. 6 more women have been successful in their bid to enter Gordon House, increasing the number of female members of parliament to 19. Preliminary results from yesterday's general election show that 5 new female parliamentarians came from the People's National Party, while 1 was from the Jamaica Labour Party ranks. Meanwhile, 13 female members of parliament retained their seats, with 10 coming from the Jamaica Labour Party and 3 from the People's National Party. The women are from a pool of 52 females who contested the September 3 general election, a record for Jamaica. In other news, the government has signed the declaration to increase the number of forested areas under legal protection. The Forestry Department, in a release on Tuesday, says 6 parcels of forested crown lands totaling approximately 175 hectares are now formally declared as Forest Management Areas (FMA) under the Forest Act of 1996. They are among 35 parcels already proposed by the agency to be granted protection over the next few years. The new protected sites are the Greenvale Forest Management Area and the Fernhill Forest Management Area, both in Manchester. There are also the Belfont 2 Forest Management Area in St. James and the Grantsfield Forest Management Area in Portland. The others are the Hall Head and Coley Forest Management Area in St. Thomas and the Stettin Forest Management Area in Trelawney. The Forestry Department says this latest action supports its efforts to ensure a minimum of 30% of the island's forest cover is protected and managed. Presently, approximately 48% of the island is classified as forest. The agency says it continues to expend significant efforts annually to secure Jamaica's vital forest cover through additional protection of forested areas through declarations. The Jamaican National Accreditation Body JANAC has awarded 3 locally based laboratories the ISO IEC 17025 International Standard Accreditation. The entities are the Pharmaceutical Laboratory of the Department of Government Chemist, China Harbour Engineering Company Limited Czech Laboratory, and the Petrojam Quality Assurance Laboratory. The presentations were made under JANAC's Global Accreditation Program at the agency's 2025 CEO's Breakfast and Accreditation Awards last week. It affirms that the facilities conform to the highest global benchmarks for competence, impartiality, and operational consistency as defined by the ISO IEC 17025 standard. Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce Orbin Hill underscored the significance of accreditation and emphasized the benefits to businesses.
Each of these achievements sends a powerful message. In pharmaceuticals, Department of Government Chemists accreditation means our citizens and global partners can trust the safety and quality of medicines coming from or are being sold in Jamaica. In construction and infrastructure, checks laboratory accreditation means the roads, bridges, and buildings that give structure and crucial to the powering of our economy are tested reliably and built to last. In petroleum and energy, Petrojam's accreditation means our fuels meet rigorous global standards, reinforcing energy security and trade competitiveness.
JANAC is one of only 4 agencies globally recognized by the United States Food and Drug Administration, US FDA, to accredit laboratories whose certified products may enter the US market without further testing. This distinction, according to Minister Hill, will attract more investors to Jamaica. And finally, as the Atlantic hurricane season gets active, livestock farmers are being encouraged to implement measures to safeguard their animals and equipment. The call is being made by senior livestock specialist at the Rural Agricultural Development Authority, RADA, Maxine Brown. She was speaking on our current affairs program, Get the Facts. Among the recommendations is the tagging of animals or the use of temporary markers to easily identify animals if they get loose.
You also want to have a first aid kit on hand, because what you want to do, you want to make sure that after the hurricane and you're assessing your animals, if you see any cuts, any bruises, etc., you can treat it right away so that you do not have problems with screwworm or sometimes pneumonia might try to set in.
Another recommendation is to ensure the housing structure for the animals is sturdy and there's no loose zinc, which may pose a danger to farmers and animals. Farmers should also store equipment in a safe place and move animals to higher ground and cover mesh areas of fowl coop.
You also want to store extra feed and extra water for your animals.
Right.
Because you do not know when you'll be getting access to water if there's anything that is happening. So you have your tank, make sure you store water, make sure you store extra feed, but take precaution to secure the feed because you don't want the feed to get wet.
Right.
If you get wet, it can get moldy and it can cause problems with your animals as well. And you want to secure it from rodents.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Jabertha Atkinson. Thanks for watching.